Hey guys, today I have my January hits and misses for you, and January was a really good month. There were so many things that I tried that I really liked, so actually narrowing it down to my favorites was really hard this month. So I guess that's always a good thing, right? When you've got things that you spend your money on and actually perform to your liking, it's always good. So like I said, it was really hard to narrow it down, but I think these are items that, I don't know, for me right now, I just can't get enough of. My first hit this month is something that probably won't surprise many of you. I've already mentioned how much I love it, and there is quite a bit of buzz about it in the beauty blogosphere. So that's Urban Decay's Naked 2 palette, and I love this. I did a video review about this, which I will link below, and I also did a really in-depth blog post on it, so I'll link both of those things below if you want to see those. But it is the sequel to the very famous Naked palette, and it has a full-length mirror and a double-ended brush for a crease and for applying the eyeshadow to the lid. It also came with a mini lip gloss, but I don't really love that, but I love the palette. And it has warmer and cooler tones, so it's going to be really universally flattering. It has a matte highlighter, a matte black, a really great array of colors in here, and there are a few colors, like I said, that I didn't love the texture of, but I love the shade of them so much that I wear them all the time anyway. So I've been using this constantly since I got this, and I can't believe how many looks I'm putting together with it. Especially with that matte black in there, I think that was a really smart addition on Urban Decay's part. My next hit this month is another eyeshadow palette, and it's quite different in terms of price. It's much, much more inexpensive, but it's still just as high in quality, and it's the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells eyeshadow trio. I love this. I can't even tell you how amazing this palette is, and it was $3 at the drugstore. For the longest time, I had been avoiding Wet n Wild, hated it. I just had really bad experiences long ago when I was first getting into makeup with it, and all these people were raving about Wet n Wild eyeshadows and Wet n Wild eyeliners and all this stuff. And I was just sitting there thinking, why? Like, I felt like such a snob, but I was like, why are people getting so excited about Wet n Wild? Wet n Wild's terrible. Well, I completely am eating my words because I'm amazed. I finally decided about 2 months ago to take the plunge and try some Wet n Wild eyeshadows, and I was blown away. So when I discovered this Wet n Wild trio, Walking on Eggshells, I was like, all right, I've heard so many great things about it, I have to try it. So these are the colors. This is the eyelid color, the crease color, and I don't know if you can see that. It's right next to my scar, which looks gross, I'm sorry, and that is the lid color. And I just really, really love these. The color payoff is amazing. The texture is so smooth, and these last a really long time. Even without a primer, I found minimal creasing, and I just really, really like these. The lid shade is amazing for brightening the eye, like outstanding. And even this brow bone color, it's got a bit of a sheen to it. It's really nice actually for a cheek highlight too if you're in a pinch. But this is just a great neutral everyday palette, and I mean, as much as I love the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, that's $50 and this was $3. So you can get a solid look in here, and it's a fraction of the price, and I've been using this quite frequently. I really like that. And then the final hit for me this month is Benefit's High Beam Highlighter, and this is a little sample size. This was a 100-point perk from Sephora, and it's right here, if you can see that. I have gotten really into highlighters this winter. My skin gets really dry in the winter because I live in the Northeast where it's very, very cold, and the heat's always on, so my skin's constantly dry. So I'm always looking for a way to make my skin look a little more dewy and youthful rather than like dry and parched and cracked and disgusting. And the Benefit High Beam is a really, really nice highlighter for me when I have dry skin. If I have oily skin, I definitely don't think I'll be using this. So come the summertime, I will, if I do decide to go for a highlighter, I'll probably go for a powder because I do get pretty oily in the summer. But right now, for my dry skin, I really love this. It's kind of a, I don't know how I would describe the texture of this. I wouldn't say it's a liquid, but it's not quite a cream, so I guess it's kind of like a hybrid. Maybe a mousse? I don't know, but I just really love it. It has a little applicator like that, and I just put it straight onto my cheekbones, and then I blend it in. I put it on my Cupid's bow. Sometimes I've even put it on the inner corners of my eyes. This really is amazing for brightening, and the pale pink color is not going to work on everyone. If you were really, really warm toned, they have other colors. I can't remember what it's called, maybe Moonbeam. I think that's like more golden. But if you are really, really fair and like more neutral or cool toned, this will probably be great for you. Okay, now it's on to my misses, and I have only two, and they're very different in terms of price. The first is Dior's Corolle Pink. I don't know if I'm butchering that, but the name is below, so sorry if I completely ruined that. My French is not very good. This is from the Dior Garden Party collection. It's brand new, limited edition, and I have a full in-depth review of this on my blog. I'll link that below too if you want to check it out. I love the color of this. Like, I have no issues whatsoever with the shade. It's a really soft baby pink, and it just looks beautiful with my fair skin. But the issue that I have is the shimmer that's in this. Normally I don't have a problem with shimmer in a lipstick, but this one is just like all shimmer, and it's just the way that it settles into my lines. I didn't think I had really bad lips, but I mean, this lipstick certainly makes my lips look like I'm a monster. Like, it settles into my lines, it emphasizes every little like wrinkle or tiny bit of chappedness, like anything, like not chappedness, that's not a word, flakiness. Any imperfection that I have on my lips, this just seems to magnify. And this is the color right here, and I don't think you'll be able to see all the shimmer that's in there, but it is very, very shimmery. When I put this on, the color wears off, but the shimmer remains, and so it looks patchy on my lips, and it just doesn't look right. And I mean, for $32, this should be one of the greatest lipsticks I've ever tried, and it's not. And I'm just so unimpressed with it. It was such a letdown because, like I said, I really loved the color. My last miss this month was the CoverGirl Eye Enhancers eyeshadow quad in Sheerly Nudes, and oops, I really liked this when I saw it in the store. My Walgreens was having a CoverGirl buy one, get one 50% off sale, so I got another quad, and I was like, okay, great. I was really drawn to this particular shade, this taupe, which I think looks amazing in the pan, and that was the most disappointing one of them all. But out of the four, these two were pretty good. I mean, they weren't stellar, they're not amazing, but they're pretty good. These have decent color payoff and texture, but these two on the outside were atrocious. This highlighter, I didn't like the way it applied, and it was so sheer, it just was gross. And then this taupe makes me so angry, I can't even tell you. It has such sheer, it's a very sheer color intensity, and I mean, it's somewhat buildable, but not really. Very dry, very stiff, no good. So that's it for my January hits and misses. If you guys know of any drugstore neutral eyeshadow palettes, something, you know, kind of like that CoverGirl one, but that are really great in terms of quality and performance, could you please let me know? Leave a comment below. I would love to go out and pick up some good drugstore eyeshadow palettes, and I apparently just have horrible luck whenever I go blindly into the drugstore. So if you guys could just let me know, I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!